do you protect your curls at night when you sleep? Hi there, I'm Wardy, and let's talk about it. I don't know about you, but I can have a great hair day, and the only reason I have to fix my hair the next day is because I had to sleep on it. It's like, if only we didn't have to sleep at night, right? But we do need our rest. So what if we could sleep and protect our curls so we didn't have to fix our hair quite so often? That is the goal, and so let's talk about options. Is there anything you can do to prevent your curls from getting frizzed, frizzy, or stretched out while you sleep at night? I think this is especially a concern if you have curly hair, but I think it's even more of a concern, I may be biased, if you have fine hair like me, or if you have curls like me that are really not that strong and that really want to let go. So not only is frizz a problem, but your curls can get completely flattened, completely stretched out while you sleep at night. So what can you do? First, make sure you sleep on a silk pillowcase at night. But as wonderful as that is, even that is not quite enough, because you'll still be rubbing on the pillow at night when you sleep, and that can give you a minimum amount of frizz and definitely contribute to stretching out your curls. So personally, I think sleeping on a silk pillowcase is your bare minimum of what you want to do to protect your curls, but there's even more you can do if you want to minimize your refreshing routine in the morning. So now we're talking, what can you do in addition to the silk pillowcase to prevent your curls from getting stretched out or flattened at night? Some people use a silk scrunchie like this, bigger or smaller depending on how much hair they have, and they pile their hair up on top of their head and secure it on top. It's called a pineapple. I think this works well if you have really strong curls that don't want to get stretched out. But with fine hair like mine, when I do that, I end up stretching out my curls, they get flat, plus I have a ridge left in my hair where the silk scrunchie was. I do really like silk scrunchies, don't get me wrong. They don't damage, tear, or cause frizz, so they're great for ponytails, they're great for putting my hair up real quick for a workout or if I need to wash my face. But for protecting curls at night from getting stretched out, doesn't work on me. So what's the best solution? It's actually a silk sleep bonnet or silk sleep cap. Side note, I've been talking about silk, even though curly girls use satin a lot, and satin is cheaper. Satin is synthetic, and that comes with its own problems. So personally, I prefer to always use silk and high quality silk for hair and body accessories. So I have two silk sleep bonnets, caps, and they're both from Lily Silk. And I've got a link with this video to the sleep cap selection at Lily Silk, along with a coupon code, so be sure to look for that. So first, this is called the concise style of sleep cap. The front has this band, which I think looks really nice and clean along your forehead. The back, where the nape of your neck is this elastic. And then there are ties, so you can cinch it down around your head to get the right fit for you. I started out using this bonnet, and it works very well. I do like it. I like the front of it having a band, which just looks nicer to me for my preferences than flounces or ruffles. My only downside for this bonnet is because my hair is so fine, I couldn't quite get it secure enough every night, so it often slips off during the night. Or I should say maybe 30% of the time will slip off during the night. But I think if you have more hair than me and maybe not as fine of hair as me, this bonnet would work great. My other sleep cap is this one, and it does have flounces all around, or ruffles, I guess you could call them. This is my favorite. It fits snugly all the way around, so it does not fall off my head at night. But most importantly, it's lined. There are 2 layers here. So it's more substantial than the other cap, and that extra substance I find protects my curls more, helps them just stay up on top of my head, which I'll show you in a minute, so that they just stay curly and stay snug and secure during the night. So because it's stronger, I feel that my curls stay stronger during the night. Plus, did I mention it doesn't slip off during the night? Now, I've also tried buffs. Here is one I got off Etsy, and it has this beautiful silk lining with the outer being a stretchy material, and it's meant to wear as a tube over your hair at night. So this definitely stays on my head, and my hair doesn't get as frizzy, but my curls get completely smoothed out. So they get stretched out, and that's not really what I'm trying to achieve. Because it's tighter to my head, I do think when I take it off in the morning, it introduces some, but not a lot, of static electricity. I do live in dry Idaho, so tendency to that regardless. But still, lots of curlies swear by buffs or tubes. So if your hair isn't quite so fine as mine, or your curls are stronger than mine and don't get as easily stretched out, a tube, a buff, might be just the thing for you. I really wanted to love this, but sadly, it just wasn't for me. As I said, I got this off Etsy, and there are lots of tubes or buffs out there, but very, very few with silk. So you might just look on Etsy for hair tube or hair buff and see what you can find. Now, let me show you how to put the bonnet on. Some ladies will use a scrunchie and put their hair up on top of their head inside the bonnet. But again, that doesn't work for me because I'm trying to prevent curls from getting stretched out. So no scrunchie inside the bonnet. For me, the hair is just going to be loose inside. I'm going to do this quickly because I have to start out tipping my head over to get my hair on top of my head. But because of my neck issues, I can't hang out there. It'll cause damage. So I'm just going to tell you what I do, and then I'll show you, and then I'll come back and talk about it. So I'm going to bend my head over, gather my hair on top, and then start putting on the bonnet from the base of my neck to the top of my head. Then I'll come back upright and finish. And so now that it's upright, you could arrange a lot of this when your head is tipped down, but I don't want to keep my head hanging out there. So I come up quickly, and then I'm just putting all these ends inside. Get it as good as you can. And then I push it up and I put it over my ears. If it's below my ears like this, then it just wants to keep coming down like this. So put the forehead back and I put it over my ears. So my hair is just curly and loose in here. And then when I lay down on my pillow, some parts of it might get flattened, but anything that gets flattened tends to be on the underneath, but all the curls that are on top stay curly. And so then when I take the bonnet off in the morning, if there is any stretching, it just gets covered up. And I also do wear a sleep mask at night. So all I do is put that over, and then the band of the sleep mask kind of goes about right here, and then it comes around to my eyes. And actually the sleep mask pushes this up at the back, so then it actually helps hold the curls up on top and get less stretched out just because I add the sleep mask. So the bonnet stays on better and the curls stay in position more. So in spite of me having to work so hard to get a good night's sleep with the mask and then protecting the curls, it actually is a pretty good combination. Let me show you from the side. There's the bonnet and the other side. You can also wear a bonnet when exercising or napping. I usually only do this at night, but that's an option for you to keep your hair even more protected. And then you take it off in the morning. Ideally, your hair will still be fluffy and curly. It's pretty amazing how it protects curls. Being honest, I don't love how I look at night wearing a sleep bonnet, also with a mask. I do love that I can get 2 full days out of a hairstyle, sometimes even 3, just from wearing it at night when I sleep. The second morning, I don't have to fix my hair at all. I can simply take the bonnet off and everything's really fluffy. It relaxes a little bit, but I'm just rearranging the curls a little bit. Occasionally I might do a spritz of water, but most of the time, no. I'm just rearranging the curls, maybe putting a clip in, less than 5 minutes, as opposed to half hour or more if I was to wash and or wet my hair down and or diffuse and everything. If I go to a third morning, I will usually have to use some water and curl cream to refresh, but then again, that's so much quicker than doing a complete wash. So I love a sleep bonnet. It has saved me so much time and grief. So I highly recommend it. Now, if you go check out the link that's with this video, even though I've given you a coupon code, you still might balk at the prices. Yes, silk is more expensive than satin. Again, it's a natural fiber. It's an investment. It's going to last you years. Plus, it's going to take hours, if not days, if not months off your hair routine from wearing it at night. So if you look at it like a long-term investment, then I think it's easier to swallow the price. And not to mention the protection it gives you from damage. So not only do you save time and look better, but your hair will be healthier for it. I hope you found that helpful, and I'd love to hear your experience about any silk sleep caps, bonnets, buffs, or anything else you do to make your hair last through the night better. And if you need any help with your curly routine, if you need tips to get a little bit more mileage out of what you're doing, or you need recommendations for non-toxic products that work with your hair type and your issues, I'm just an email or a text message away. I'd love to help. Or if you want to see if working with me might even be a good option for you, go through a few quick questions at wardy.com/questions to see if it's a good fit or not, and we'll take it from there. God bless you. Bye-bye.